We'd like to do a quick video interview with you, a little bit about your background. Particularly, we're very interested in how someone like yourself has come from a background in the villages and has now developed themselves really well and is now basically on a career path in tourism. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. Myself, I'm Benson Kaloza, age 26. Although born in Lusaka, I was raised by my grandmother, who kept me at Bushinga, nearby communities from here at Kaingu Lodge.
Okay, Bushinga is about 28 kilometers south of Kaingu.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, basically you were raised by your grandmother so that she could alleviate a little bit of the pressure on your parents and allow them to raise the other children. So you went off to the village.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about life in the village, Benny. I reckon it was pretty hard.
Yeah, life at Bushinga, it was very, very hard, whereby you have to walk on barefooted going to school, and then you have to go a little kilometer going to fetch water. Also, we didn't have running water, we didn't have electricity, so it was very hard for us to survive it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So no running water, no electricity. If I remember correctly, you were going to school barefoot until you were 14.
Yes.
When you moved down to Teshi, and you were living with your uncle.
Yes, I was living with my uncle who runs a welding workshop. So there, life became a little bit easier.
Okay, so basically your uncle was paying for your schooling, giving you board and lodging, and
Yes.
in exchange you were doing some small household chores and a little bit in the workshop.
Yes.
Okay, so what age were you when you completed grade 12?
I was about 19.
19. What was your first job after school?
After school, my first job was I worked as a typist in a business center called Secretariat Shop, and there I worked for quite a months. And from there, I started working with a truck owner who owned the truck.
So you were loading sand, gravel, cement blocks.
Yeah, and also mud bricks. Also, we have to do that.
So pretty hard labor.
Yeah, it was, because digging from the pit and throwing into the truck, it was very hard labor for indeed.
Okay, so when I first met you, you were a timber cutter. So you'd got a job as a timber cutter through another uncle.
Yes.
Timber cutting. Just tell us a very short, brief outline of what timber cutting is.
First of all, you go there to the ministry, you get a permit, and which allows you to go in the bush. So after getting that permit, you go in the bush and camp for.
Actually, we'll show a picture here, Benny.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not you, but this is your friends.
Yeah.
As you can see, they've built a timber frame from poles.
Yeah.
And they've put a log.
Yeah.
Up on top of this frame. This is a mukwa log.
Yeah.
Which they're now sawing with a handsaw, which is two people. One on top, one on the bottom, and they're sawing this into 2-inch planks. That's how we first met.
Yeah.
It's difficult for viewers from outside of Zambia to appreciate this, that you're out in the game management area. You're literally surrounded by wild animals at night. You're camping, you've got no tent. No. You're sleeping under the stars. You got lions, you got elephants, you got buffalo, you got leopard. That's pretty hardcore.
So you have to be strong and need to know why you are there, and you need to know why you are doing that. And then not to be a fearsome person, you need to be very strong.
Pardon me, this frog is still in my throat. And no weapon, only your axe.
Yeah, only the axe.
So Benny, you applied to join Kaingu. You started off as like a daily rated or casual employee. But you were employed straight away in the front of house, correct?
Yes.
So straight away as a waiter, and then you started learning on the job. Later on you moved into bartending.
Yeah.
And then, if I remember correctly, 2016,
yeah.
At the end of the season, I asked you, where you see your future going. What courses could we look at to develop you? Because I could see that you had a passion for hospitality.
For sure.
So you started a distance learning diploma in hospitality management, correct?
Yes, for sure.
Tell us a little bit about the diploma.
Yeah, the diploma, the course which I'm doing, at Fairview Hotel under Zambia Institute for Tourism and Hostel Studies, which is in Lusaka. So as for me, I find it easy because I have passion in it, and I'm determined because I'm seeing the future for tourism.
Now, not everyone can be a guide, not everyone can be a manager, not everyone can be a chef, not everyone can be a front of house manager like yourself, but everyone has to start somewhere.
Yes.
And my point is that you started cutting timber in the bush.
For sure.
You know, now you're like our front of house guy, you're about to finish a diploma in hospitality.
Yeah.
You told me that in 5 years' time you would like to be running a bush camp.
Yes.
In 10 years' time you would like to have your own food
For sure.
outlet, or perhaps even your own safari lodge.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm trying to make this video to kind of show the story that by coming here to Zambia and staying in Kafue National Park, the assumption of tourism is that you're protecting the animals, which is true. You know, you are. By your presence here, you're promoting conservation, you're putting money into the coffers of conservation bodies, of the Department of National Parks and Wildlife.
For sure.
But equally, or perhaps even more importantly, you are providing employment. By staying in a lodge, you know, you've got someone that's serving your drinks, your food, hosting you from A through to Z.
Sure.
And that takes a lot of people. How many people we are here at Kaingu?
About 30.
Now, if Kafue National Park had, and the game management areas had, let's say, 100 lodges, you know?
Yeah.
What's 100 times 30?
Oh,
but
yeah.
the point is that that's employment, that's serious employment.
Yeah.
Which, you know, if there is no employment, then what are people going to do? They're going to turn to poaching, they're going to move to the cities, they're going to start charcoal burning.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what is there? Very little. Very little
Very
employment.
little.
So, you know, we need tourism to develop. It's a sustainable resource.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
if the area is protected and managed, this animal resource is infinite.
Yeah.
Copper runs out, diamonds runs out, gold runs out,
Yeah.
oil runs out.
For sure.
Animals don't,
They don't.
if they're looked after, and if their habitat is protected, and if they're not poached.
Yeah.
So, you know, I see you as a role model to children from the villages around us. And basically your story, as I see it, was simple determination. You were determined to finish your education. You were determined to find employment if it meant camping in the bush, if it meant loading a truck with sand.
Sure.
You know, these are hard jobs.
Very much.
Then you saw an opportunity here at Kaingu and you grabbed it with both hands. I see this video and talking about you as sort of, number one, informing tourists about, you know, why it's good to come on safari. And number two, informing people that, you know, there is potential out there. You just have to believe in yourself.
For sure.
And to focus.
Yeah.
Grab any opportunity you can, and work. What do you think?
For sure. That's a good idea.
You got a shop, huh?
Yeah, I have a shop. I have a small shop and with some hair product in it for my wife.
I've got a photo of that.
Oh, really?
We can see. We can see the shop now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
This is Benny's shop. It's called Zero to Hero.
Yeah, from zero to
Which
hero.
I think is quite a fitting note to end this interview, because, you know, you kind of have gone from zero to hero.
Yeah.
Okay, Benny, thanks very much for
Welcome.
taking the time for this interview.
Thank you very much.
It's 5:30. The clouds are building. The thunder may or may not be coming.
Oh, yeah,
We've got tables to set.
for sure.
Hospitality. What's the most fun part of hospitality, I think?
The most fun part of hospitality is every time you need to make the guest smile.